P-51 Mustang. Now this was actually a request from a viewer, and I haven't built one in a long time, so let's see if I can get back into it. Just go down here again to builder mode. So first, of course, we need the cockpit so it can actually be in the plane and fly it. I'm going to use not really like a chromish color, but like a metallic color, because I feel like that would be good. I'm gonna put it like maybe like a light gray, maybe lighter. Yeah, about like a off-white color. Set it as default. And I don't really use one of the small propellers. It says it's a large propeller, but I want to use the propeller engine. So I'm going to build it out a couple of blocks. I don't really have like a model of a P-51. I'm just trying to go by memory-ish. I'm going to build around, and we need that curve that it has, which is actually a block, like you know that, but I'm gonna build down one more so like it's the same, and we're gonna use a rounded 1x2. And we're just gonna build it out. I'm gonna try to get like a rough like base of how big I want to make it. Yeah, I think that's good enough. So whenever you put this in, build about 5 blocks out. Get the 2x2x2s, and if you want, you can use it 2x4, 2x2. We're gonna use that so it's like the same length as the block. And I'm just gonna build out. Now it's not gonna look good once you put everything on the back whenever it's flat. So I'm gonna make it kind of like a curve. I actually need to look at like a model. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. Search up like a image of like P-51 Mustang. There's actually a bike called P-51. Little fun fact there. Okay, I have a rough model now. I know how to make it. Okay. So I'm gonna make it kind of like where the cockpit is, like a block, maybe 2 blocks out. Kind of put it like this. Of course you're gonna need to build here. Basically, it kind of goes like, in. It just goes in. So that's what I'm gonna make it do. Also, if you didn't know, there actually is an air intake right here. You can use either the bulky air intake or the rounded. I kind of want to use the rounded because it is rounded. About where that is, I'd maybe put like a block. Let me look up a picture again. Like a block out. Yeah. Like put it the same as like the cockpit. And then just build out and use it, and just build out with like the outline of the actual air intake, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, one detail, I'd like to put that on toggle so I don't have to hold it down while I'm also controlling. It just makes it easier. And put the rounded, you can use the single rounded wedges. I'm just gonna build this out like this. That way it uses less complexity. But I don't think that'll be a problem. I don't really build over the complexity limit most of the time. And so far it's actually looking pretty good. Now I did see this is actually like this kind of goes back more out. So move the cockpit back. I'm gonna put this there. Put that out. Okay, so we need to make this kind of go into it because that's how air intakes work. It needs to actually go into the body of it. So I'm gonna put these big rounded. I'm gonna put this rounded corner 2x2, 2x2x1. If you could say it, 2x2x1 technically, but it says 2x2. And this is where I'm gonna make it kind of go in. So this is where I'm gonna put. I'm actually gonna put the same thing there. Oh, I can't click it. And then I'm putting. I wish they would make like longer wedges. Like it only goes out to 4, and that's not kind of like that. But we'll just have to work around it. You can put that there. Make sure you fill in those, so you can put the elevator and of course the vertical stabilizer, which actually we're gonna do next. So you can use like a power tail fin, like make it bigger. I'm gonna show you how to. This is how I do it for bombers because I like to make it like a big wing because the one wing is like kind of too small. Like the biggest wing you can use is kind of too small. You could do that. I wouldn't really recommend it. But also if you want to fly well, I would do that because it's a power tail fin. It's better. But if you want to go for looks instead, I would go for the retro or modern stabilizer, which I'm going to go for the modern. If you want to, I don't really use, now this might be a bit, I don't know why it'd be controversial, but I don't use yaw. I don't really use it. Even if I would put like yaw on my plane, I mostly just use pitch and roll. That's just me though. Anyway, we need some big powerful elevators. But also it can't be like a just square elevator. So I'm gonna put wedges to kind of give it that curved and cool look. And you can just copy it. Perfect. This is actually looking really good so far. Now, my opinion, the hardest part, the wings. Now you might say, oh, just to do the curve and put the wings out. No. Wings on the old planes, actually some planes to this day, well, I wouldn't say so, are actually slanted up both sides. And actually, since this game, Shellmakers, is actually a really good like physics game, if you do that, it actually makes it fly better, but the roll, it makes it kind of, but that's like real physics, I think. Don't quote me on that. So we need to put all of these, don't do that, put it at 5 so it's not a big angle. You don't have to do all this, but I like to do that to make sure it actually goes up. And make sure you put on hold position on all of those. Now, if you spawn the build, it's not going to go up. So, the easiest way, we actually use this right here. Now, if you're bad at logic, don't be scared. I am too. It's not hard. All you need to do is get an altitude sensor, make the altitude -500, and then connect it to all the steering hinges. Whoops. Steering hinges. And make sure all the steering hinges, the green is facing up or else it'll point down. And then you can barely see that, but look, it points up here. So just connect like a block to it, like a wing. Now it moves up. Look at that. I'm gonna put a flap wing. And I'm gonna put this, because it kind of curves in. Now, it doesn't really go up, which is kind of a problem. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Because it kind of does that. And I like flaps to actually help take off just in case. I'm gonna put a modular wing and another flap wing, or you could even use the aileron for steering. But I like to do it this way. I like to use the flap wing, get rid of the toggle. I always remember this. For turning, the left is always AD. And then the right is DA. So ADDA. Remember that. I don't change this stuff because it kind of messes with it that I don't know how to fix it or make it better. And then I put these rounded wedges 2 by 1. Doesn't that look cool? I'm gonna move it up 1 because we need this, the center of lift, and the center of mass to be basically equal or it won't fly good. I don't really build good flying like planes, but like, cause I don't, well, back in the day I didn't used to because I didn't know what that meant, but now I do. So I make good planes now. That, of course, that's biased, but oh yeah, don't forget to fill in this hole and fix that to make it DA. And look, since you copied it, it's now gonna point down. It's gonna look weird, so we're just gonna flip that upside down. You can flip them around manually or do it the way I do it. It just does it easier. So look at that. You have just made a P-51 Mustang. You can go ahead and save it. P-51 Mustang. Or you can put the dash. And let's see how it flies. So I'm gonna use the prop. Now, usually they're not like realistically fast. I mean, yeah, so look, it kind of noses up, but I'm not going to fix that. Oh, yeah, because of the flap. Oh, there we go. I forgot to take the flap out. So it flies straight-ish, but I'm not really on a good track record of making it fly too good. You can put like tweaks and stuff. Where for that, I gotta say tweaks. And you try to fix it. But look at that, you just made a P-51 Mustang. Of course, it needs guns and decals to make it look cool, and you can do whatever paint style you want. But for now, I don't want to waste time because the video is kind of like, it's 14 minutes long. Basically, the timer, look at it. I don't like to keep my videos too long because sometimes tutorials that are too long are like boring. It's like get to the good stuff, like get to how to actually build it, not yap a lot. So that's pretty much it. You can have the guns and the vehicles on your own because some people put them differently and do all this stuff how they want to, but basically that's it. Also, I'm gonna, you could do that on your own just in case. But that's basically it. I'm gonna get my crazy car. Meow. And that's basically it. I hope you all have a good day, evening, night, morning, whatever it is for you. And I see you in the next video, I guess.